Hey one, hey all, welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day once again, and this is a topic, another one of these topics, I've done a few of these lately, where I was trying to avoid doing it because it was one of those that I said it's going to be difficult for people to come up with answers here. I didn't even know if there would be 10. But I finally got around to it. It's been requested a bunch of times by a bunch of people. So if you are one of the people that requested this topic, then congratulations, we're finally getting around to it. I hope that you're happy. This will be, as voted on by fans, the top 10 best single-use molds for Transformers. The definition would be a mold that was used one time for one bot. However, to try and open it up a little bit, I said if the mold was used for one character, even if it was repainted, then I would allow that. When a mold was used for multiple characters, well then it's not single use, is it? It's used for multiple characters. So it either had to be a mold that was only used one time for one character, or it's been used multiple times for that one singular character. So, as an example, something like Galvatron. We have like the Legacy, we had the Kingdom, we had the 86. Unfortunately, that mold was also used for Straxus, so it cannot count. But then we have something like, for example, I don't know, something like 86 Ultra Magnus, which would count because it's only been used, at least as of yet, for Ultra Magnus. Get it? Got it? Good. Let's jump into the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light them up, baby. Hit the notification bell, please. Helps me out a ton. Lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that's in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. And of course we have our honorable mentions. They include G1 Soundwave. I assume it wasn't used for anyone else, not that I know of. And I would count Sound Blaster. If it got repainted black as Sound Blaster, I would count Sound Blaster and Soundwave as the same guy. Both the original override from the Unicron trilogy, as well as the Velocitron Speedia 500 override. Great bot. Really great bot. I'd forgotten about her, honestly. Haslab Unicron. Somebody said, either you have it or you want it. That's not true. I don't have it. I know hundreds of people that don't, and I've never wanted it because I think it's just awful. Just awful. Earthrise Optimus Prime, because it's only been used for Optimus. And yes, a repaint for Shattered Glass Optimus. A repaint as Dead Optimus, or Sleep Mode Optimus. They're still all Optimus Prime. Those are the honorable mentions. They did not make the list. They didn't have enough votes. They almost did, but they did not make the list. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do as we always do, and we're going to kick it off with number 10 first. Number 10 goes kind of way back in time with, it is Armada Unicron. And yes, it's been repainted a bunch of times. It was repainted for Energon. It was repainted for like a 25th anniversary. The head was slightly tweaked, but every single time that this mold has been used, it's been used for Unicron. And honestly, how could you mistake it for anyone else? The ring around, the horns, I guess we call it. This one's dusty. The horns, the maw up front. I mean, it has everything that is quintessentially Unicron. It might have been reused, but it's only been reused for one character. A single-use mold for Unicron. Takes the number 10 slot. Now number 9 is a little more recent with this. It is a Quintesson Judge. And it came out in the Earthrise line, and I mean, it turns to like a jail cell weird thingy. It didn't need to turn into anything, it just needed to be a judge. I am so happy to have Quintesson forces, but like, honestly, what else would you use a judge for? It's so weird, it's so unique, it's so different that it was going to have to be a single-use mold, and it takes the number 9 slot. Number 8 is one of my absolute favorites with Commander Class Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever. The only time that this was reused was for Shattered Glass, Jetfire, so it's the same guy. Love this. Love the size, love the articulation, love the look, love everything about it. So glad that it set the standard for what a Commander Class had to be, because it's just that good. But it's only been used for this character, and that's why it was able to slot itself in for single-use molds at the number 8 slot. Number 7 is one of the best molds we've had in a long time with 86 Optimus Prime. And even if you want to include the KOs, right? I mean, it's all really Optimus in the end, isn't it? I guess you could make the argument about it being Nemesis, but at this point, officially speaking, this has not been reused at all for anything. It's just been 86 Optimus Prime. We know we're going to get a sleep mode version. You know, but it's still Optimus. We know that we're probably going to get a Shattered Glass version, but it's still Optimus. Maybe Nemesis would be a bit, you know, of a disqualifier, but since the only Nemesis version of this we have is a KO, it doesn't really count. Officially speaking, 86 Optimus Prime is a single-use mold for, well, Optimus Prime, and it takes the number 7 slot. I think number 6 is a little bit of a dark horse because a lot of people complained about this guy, specifically his knees. I'm talking about Earthrise Double Dealer. Yeah, this wasn't repainted, reused for anybody or anything else. It was quintessentially Double Dealer. It's obviously intended to be Double Dealer, and it really only works for Double Dealer. If for no other reason than both of his alt modes along with his robot mode are so wildly wacky, weird, and different that doing a bird and like a missile truck thing was always going to be hard. The closest that we had was a Blitzwing reuse way back in like 2014. Yeah, I'm very, very happy to have what I'm going to call a proper Double Dealer. I've never had the issue with the knees that a lot of people have had. So for a single-use mold, I think that this was a wild success. Successful enough with the voters that it was able to take the number 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we've reached the ever-coveted, ever-popular halfway mark. And at the halfway mark we go Titanic this time with, ooh, Trypticon. A couple of people voted for the Titan's Return, a couple of people voted for the Age of the Primes. It doesn't matter, it's the same mold. It's a single-use mold that's for the same character only being recolored. And honestly, I get it. I love this guy. Some people said that they wanted to really point to the Age of the Primes because the hips were fixed. My hips didn't need to be fixed. I did fix one of them, but when I took it apart, and I explained this before, when I took it apart, it wasn't even broke. Nothing was wrong with it. It was absolutely fine. It clicked hard, but it was fine. Now, he's absolutely perfect, but I understand. If you prefer the Age of the Primes, that's cool too. Trypticon, this big T-Rex or Kaiju or whatever it is that you think is Godzilla, whatever. This big lizardy robot that turns into a city is fantastic. It was in 2017 and it is now in 2025. Excellent, excellent single-use mold for a very intimidating character. Takes the number 5 slot. At number 4, man, like a year ago, I would not have known that this mold is as excellent as it is. During a time last November when I was as sick could be, sickest I've been in 20 years, my wife and our oldest were thrift shopping and happened to find, if you can believe it, granted, he's not complete, I still got a couple of bits and pieces that really need to go added to him, but for a grand total of, I believe it was $6, Cybertron Galaxy Force Optimus Prime. Only used for Optimus. Oh, his head is down. Only used for Optimus. This is it's an amazing mold. It's an astonishingly good version of Optimus Prime. It's so solid, so robust, so excellent that, you know what? I don't know if it really would have worked for anybody else. I know that the upgrade, the Galaxy Force Siege upgrade, was reused for Nova Prime, and I think that that worked for Nova Prime. Maybe this could have worked for Nova Prime. But looking at it, looking back at it, man, I don't see any other thing here but Optimus. Yeah, it's a classic, but but it's still terrific, and it takes the number 4 slot. Oh, and now we are into the top 3, and at number 3 we go to Beast Wars, and this is the Legacy, or Legacy Evolution, depending on which box you bought. Transmetal 2 Dragon version of Beast Wars Megatron. And I know that the original, if I'm not mistaken, was used for Cryotech, was that his name? And like a blue version. And I think a lot of people thought that in the Selects line, this was going to be used for that same thing. It has not yet, not of this recording, which means, as of this recording, this is currently still a single-use mold. Do I think that that could change? Much like with 86 Optimus Prime, yeah, maybe if they do Cryotech, but even when I see the blue version of that lad, it never sat well with me, because I always thought, it's Megatron. It's Megatron in blue. He just changed his clothes to blue. Whatever. But for now, the beautiful glory that is the Legacy Evolution Transmetal 2 Megatron in his glorious robot mode and his gorgeous dragon mode, yeah, it takes the number 3 slot. Coming in at number 2 is the only Haslab, which would be a single-use mold because, you know, they're all not being reused for other bots, right? This is the only Haslab mold that made the list, and it's Deathsaurus. Yeah, I mean, I own him, I get it. He is the right scale, the right size, excellent paint. These things move out of the way, excellent articulation. Everything is nice, hefty, chunky, big pieces. Every time you move him, you feel rewarded for doing it because he's just so good. This is one of those cases where I can't imagine how I would want anything more. That said, MMC done an excellent version as well. And while I hemmed and hawed over which one to get way back when this guy was first coming out, Starscream Wife is the one who kind of put me over the top with this guy, and I'm glad she did, because his review was absolutely glowing, because he absolutely deserves it. Because as far as single-use molds go, Deathsaurus is very high up there. Almost number 1, but not quite, and that's why he slides in at the number 2 spot. And now here we are, very tippy-top number 1. This is the mold that tops the list for single-use molds. It's been stated by the designers that the plan is for this to be a single-use mold. It's recent, it's awesome, it's Megatronus from Age of the Primes. Fantastic, really fantastic mold, excellent mold. A lot of people have said, oh, that'll probably be 86 Megatron, which we all know now it certainly wasn't. I don't think it would have even worked for that, to be honest with you, because this is too stylized for that. It was stated by, I want to say Evan, I think it was Evan, that the Primes were going to, except for Vector, the Primes were going to be their own molds and weren't going to be used for other characters. Might be repainted as the same character, but won't be used for other characters. So we could get maybe a different head for Megatronus. Maybe he'd be a little more, I don't know, Titan's Return-esque, you know, that Machinima series, or a little more. This seems pretty Dreamwave, but maybe a little more Dreamwave. I don't know, maybe repaint him in a different head for the way he would be depicted in Transformers 1, for example. But I'm telling you now, if you don't have this mold, you should get it. This is a perfect version of the Fallen. It's really, really fantastic. And the Requiem Blaster looks pretty ornery and bad too. Yeah, I agree with this. I think the fans nailed the number 1 slot. 10 down to 1 once again. Other ones that had votes as single-use molds that are pretty great include the Throne of the Primes Optimus Primal. That uses the Evolution Optimus Primal mold. Again, that was only used for either one of those Optimus Primals. iGear's Teletran 1. I thought that was an interesting one. Generations Warpath, but I think that was used for Shatterglass Straxus, if I'm not mistaken. The recent Hearts of Steel Megatron, the recent Hearts of Steel Bumblebee. What else do we have here? Origins Wheeljack, the buzzworthy Core Class Bumblebee, the Siege Springer, Siege Megatron, G1 Punch Counterpunch, Primus, has only been Primus, much like Unicron, right? Code Red, that was the crossover with Stranger Things, I think. Age of Extinction Grimlock. Yes, yes, yes. That one is obviously only Grimlock. G1, Razor Claw. Some people tried to vote for the Siege Sideswipe mold, but that was applied to innumerable characters. Some people tried to vote for the Earthrise or Siege Seeker molds, but they're used for all the Seekers. No, that wouldn't count. It was used for multiple characters. The Rise of the Beast mainline Optimus Prime, the Last Night Squeaks, the Dark of the Moon Dino, being the Studio Series one, Studio Series 56 Shockwave, G1 Shockwave. I would include Shockwave as a Shockwave. We all knew it was Shockwave in gray. Roadbuster, G1 Jazz, Kingdom Scorponok, and I suppose you could say Black Zarek, but like, they're the same guy, really. Just recolored, basically. G1 Jetfire, Classics Onslaught, Kingdom Rodimus, Haslab Victory Saber, RID Megatron, 86 Hot Rod, Earthrise Skylynx, Kingdom Slammer, Legacy United Magmatron. And for now, the legendary, I think it was Age of the Primes. Oh, sorry, not Age of the Primes, Age of Extinction. Optimus Prime, the like evasion mode one, but that'll soon be reused for the EVA crossover. G1 Silver Bowl, and them and more. Honestly, I didn't know how this list was going to pan out, play out. I didn't know how the votes would go at all, but you know what? Pretty darn cool, I think. Let me know if your favorites made the list or not. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you are in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or of course, you can hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you are at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around and have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, that you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.